So today I'm replacing a MAF Airflow sensor in a 2012 Chevrolet Volt because I've got the dreaded check engine light on my dashboard there. I've gotten the following issues on my Bluetooth code reader. And after doing some Google foo, I was directed that it's a air intake sensor, which is a part of the MAF Airflow sensor on this vehicle, so I had to replace the whole kit and caboodle, as they say. So here we are under the hood of a 2012 Chevrolet Volt, and one thing you might want to check is your filter in this box here, if it's dirty and not causing or not allowing a lot of airflow. That could be a potential issue, but mine is clean and pretty freshly replaced, so that's not my problem. Mine is definitely the airflow sensor, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew this Torx bit and pull out the airflow sensor. I may have to remove the cover here as well to allow some movement if I can't pull it out with this plastic cover in the way, but we shall see. So it appears it's a Torx T20 that fits. So yeah, I got the top one out, but there is one on the bottom as well. I didn't realize, so I am going to have to remove or lift off the cover of the box here. So you simply clip these, or I guess release these, and then they have little tabs that fit in there. If you just lift and pull, it should come off. There we go. There. And with it moved out of the way, you can access that Torx screw there, and then we should be able to pull out the MAF Airflow sensor. Okay, so that's all you need to do. Just remove those two screws, and then this will pop out just like that. And there's the sensor itself. They apparently can be cleaned, so if there was a lot of gunk or dust on those two pins or prongs, you could use airflow cleaner on them. I've read. I don't know anything about that. You'd have to find another video to watch to see if that's correct. But in any case, I'm just going to simply replace this unit with my new one, which is right here. Bought off the Amazons of the world for about $100 Canadian, maybe a little less. Maybe it was 80. I'll have to confirm. But yeah. And to take it off, you have to lift this yellow latch here. Yeah, there we go. So it's up, and then you essentially remove this outer sleeve from the unit itself with a little bit of muscle, and it comes right out. Okay, so there's the old sensor. I've got it off. When you go to put on your new one, be very careful with it. Don't touch these. I guess they're pretty sensitive. And essentially we'll do the opposite of what we did with this one. I'll just show you with this one because I can manhandle it a little better. And essentially you're going to take the triangle form factor, line it up, clip it back together, push that back in, and then you'll reinsert it in like that, the same way that you took it out, and you'll be laughing, good to go. Okay, so I have it replaced and reinserted into its housing there, and I'm just going to screw it back in and replace the cover. That was pretty easy. And then to replace the cover, make sure you have those two tabs inserted into the rear of the unit first. Then close the lid and snap on the two clips. And there you have a replaced MAF Airflow sensor on a 2012 Chevrolet Volt. Now all I've got to do is clear the codes inside, and hopefully all my problems are gone far, far away. Okay, so one of the biggest issues I had from this sensor not working is that my car always assumes that it's as hot as can be because it doesn't know the temperature because there's an error with the sensor. So it thinks the worst possible scenario and runs that fan all the time, regardless of if it's cool out like it is today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan for the fault codes, and there they are again. And there's that high intake air temperature circuit high output. And apparently that's the part that is built into the MAF Airflow Sensor. So I'm scanning them now. And what I'll do is clear them after the scanning is complete, although I don't expect anything else to pop up here. And we'll clear the faults. And it gives you a warning, yeah. So I'm clearing the faults, and then we'll see the engine light go away on the dashboard, and it did. And now the fan in my car has shut off because it no longer has that fault code, so it no longer believes that the temperature is as bad as it can be. So there we go. Yeah, cleared the code, replaced the part. I'm going to take it for a little spin here, and we'll see if it comes back, but I don't expect it will. So there we go. So some of the issues with this particular problem in the Volt is that the fan runs non-stop. It doesn't matter what temperature it is outside. And then your fuel consumption also, I found, took a pretty big hit when the engine is on. Once this 50-kilometer range goes away, and you have to use your onboard generator or gas engine, as it were, then you get some pretty poor performance out of the engine, I found, fuel consumption-wise. If you're like me and you track your fuel consumption, it tends to do worse when it has to. I believe it either gives it all the gas it can, or gives it more air or something, but it doesn't really give it a lean mix because it can't determine the air temperature, so it just braces for the worst. So hopefully you find this helpful, and thanks for watching. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.